Hello and welcome back to Wolf and Friends Gaming. Once again, I'm joined by my colleague for our top 5, and we're doing top 5 creepiest bosses. Be careful, this video will contain spoilers and M-rated content, so be aware for that. So we start off with our number 5. Nemesis, from the Resident Evil series. Now, Nemesis is actually a variant of a mutant called the Tyrant, which is a very tanky mutant. It can absorb a lot of bullets, and it can also shoot a lot of bullets. However, the difference between Nemesis and the Tyrant is that it was actually Sherry Birkin's father at one point, but he had access to the G virus and became infected, and is now this giant Hulk that has little to no mind. Its objective is to kill any STARS members, which is why in Resident Evil 2 and 3, it tries to kill Jill Valentine. In Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, it also makes an appearance because those games take place around that. But it is probably not only a hard boss fight, but very creepy because in the original game, he walks around and you don't know when he's going to show up. And with the bad camera system, you could turn a corner and he'll just be standing there waiting for you. But yeah, with that giant Hulk down, we move alongside to our number 4. From The Last of Us, we have David, a cannibal rapist, pretty much. He comes into play when you start to play as Ellie, when Joel is shot, wounded, and unconscious for the winter. She tries to kill a deer, but then clickers come, and David actually rescues her. However, things go south when he captures her, and intends to eat part of her. You are forced then to break free from the prison that you were put in by him, kill his men, and in a very difficult and stressful boss fight, sneak up behind him and stab him multiple times. And the boss fight isn't your typical one where it's just very simplistic. He upgrades himself from a gun to a machete to a stealth battle between the two of you. But I mean, he's creepy because he looks about 30 or 40-ish, and Ellie's just a little girl, and he's just trying to rape you, and after that he'll actually just kill you and eat you. So happy thoughts.
Number 3 on our list, Mass Effect series, Saren. Saren is the villain of the first Mass Effect game series, and he's already presented as a very bad guy at first, being corrupt and hiding behind his Spectre status. But we later find out that Saren is working for the Reaper leader Sovereign. Sovereign has given him implants and cybernetics to upgrade his combat skills and make him more useful to the Reaper cause. Saren finds out he's being indoctrinated, and depending on how you play, you can either kill him or make him kill himself when he realizes that he's become a monster. However, that doesn't stop Sovereign from taking control of his corpse, melting it down into what you see now as a robot cybernetic Terminator kind of thing that jumps around the entire room shooting at you while screaming in a demonic yell. But Saren became creepy because, considering Mass Effect, the first game seemed actually light and fun at first, it's this guy that makes the Mass Effect series much darker after his boss fight in the end of the game. Very, very creepy body horror at its finest.
With Saren the Skeleton down, we move into our number 2.
From Alice Madness Returns, the Dollmaker, aka Dr. Bumby. Dr. Bumby is actually Alice's psychiatrist, and he turns out to be the main villain in the end of the game. At first you think he's an ally trying to help Alice recover and get over her insanity. However, you see that there's something off about Dr. Bumby as you find more memories of him and look into his past through Alice's eyes. It's eventually revealed that Dr. Bumby is trying to brainwash Alice into becoming a child prostitute for him, just like he has so many other children at an orphanage he works at giving free therapy. This is the Dollmaker form, which is basically Bumby's avatar in the Alice world, Wonderland. It's very creepy, more body horror than Saren, considering he attacks you in his final boss with giant hands, kind of like Master Hand and Crazy Hand, and does weird, gross sexual gestures with his hands. We're talking grosser than the middle finger. And he pretty much implies that he wants to rape Alice, too, just like he did Alice's sister in the flashbacks we see. However, Dr. Bumby is clearly an example of how humans can be the real monsters and how he looks as the doll maker in fiction.
And finally, our number 1. That's right, the most classic, creepiest character in all of video game history. Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. His first appearance came into Silent Hill 2, actually, where I cannot remember the character's name, but he looks so much like Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. I'll refer to him as that. Basically, the first appearance you can actually have with him is him just standing in a hallway behind like a prison cell door and just standing there, like somehow watching you. However, when you first truly encounter him, he is having 2 mannequins have sex with one another
to reproduce more monsters in the Silent Hill dimension.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that he's lonely, and in the first boss fight or encounter with him, you can't really kill him at all. I mean, you can waste your ammo on him if you want, but if you get hit by him with that blade, it's pretty much a GG. But, I mean, Silent Hill is full of creepy guys, but it gets even creepier when you find out that there could be 2 Pyramid Heads at once. And these guys are not easy to take care of, and not easy to look at either. Because, I mean, he doesn't really have a face anymore. What you see on his head has sort of become that face of him.
Although Pyramid Head looks the most human, actually, out of most of the monsters, it's actually his inhuman abilities that make him much creepier than the body horror monsters he creates. Very unsettling knowing that this guy follows you throughout Silent Hill 2 to the rest of the series.
And it's creepy because he doesn't, like, run at you. He walks slowly carrying his blade.
Definitely fit to be the creepiest one on our list.
Now we move on to our honorable mentions, who did not make it, who weren't as creepy.
Princess from Time Splitters, Killer Croc from Batman Arkham Asylum,
and Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask.
Princess is basically a giant composite zombie dinosaur thing that you have to kill, basically, with nothing but a shotgun and pistols, before he tries to, or she, in this case, tries to kill you. Killer Croc, as you saw on our top 5 Arkham Asylum bosses, is creepy because he's a stealth boss fight. You can't really fight him physically at all. You have to get past him with sneaky tactics and make sure he doesn't detect you and the level.
And Majora's Mask he's a tall figure that it doesn't look like he has any skin on, and you can't see his face because it's hidden behind that creepy mask that doesn't have a mouth. So, sort of like Slenderman, but this guy actually does have eyes, and I don't think he actually blinks either. It's just a blank face staring at you, almost as if it was staring into your soul. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this top 5. Please like, favorite, share, comment, whatever, and stay tuned for more top 5s and more gaming videos. And I shall see you later.